All right. Hi, ladies. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how you get started with creating parties. So once you create your party on the Pampered Chef website, then that means the next thing we need to do is to set up the Facebook party. Now, I will tell you that we do actually have a private platform that the company built for us called Table. Now, the Table platform was designed because Facebook was really giving us a run for our money a couple of years ago during COVID. And it still is today, where sometimes we get blocked, we can't go on Messenger. All of my August parties have been a little rough around the edges with host coaching because I was not able to message people because I was blocked from Messenger for a while. So that was a real pain in the dupa, if you know what I mean. So I wasn't able to do my normal host coaching and to support my host like I normally would. That's a whole different trade. Tonight, I'm going to just focus on showing you what I do once I create my Pampered Chef party. Once I create the party in the Pampered Chef website. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to get myself started and I want to make sure that I'm making a party. So I'm going to go and create a group. Events I use if I'm doing home parties, everything that's virtual, online, otherwise, I do a group. Reason being is groups do not delete. Facebook events will eventually delete. So that's why I create a group. I do 98% of my business all on my cell phone. I don't use my computer all that often. So just so you realize that almost everything you do, you could do from a cell phone. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make this mock parties, pampered mock parties, pampered chef party. It doesn't really matter. Okay. It's just the idea to show you what it is. My privacy, I'm going to leave it as a private group. You don't want to make it public or otherwise your whole news feed will blow up with all of your posts from all of your parties. Visibility, you're going to keep that as visible, not hidden. So you want it visible. And I never invite my host or anybody to the party so I have everything set how I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to an app that I use. You have the option to pay for this if you wanted a professional account. But personally, I use the free account for most of my business. I upgraded about a year ago, and I'll be honest with you, it's only because I use it for school too. So then I use it as a write-off. I think I pay like $9 a month for it. But there's plenty to do on the free part. So this is where I create all of my documents. So when you create your Facebook group, one of the first things that you're going to want to create is you're going to want to create your web banner for the Facebook party. So this is always like my standard that I have. And then I go down here and I make, I just change out whatever it is. So mock party is hosting a Pampered Chef party. All right. You could create this however you want. I don't like to spend my time making images because making images is not income producing. Making images can be fun, but at the same time is I'm going to want to build relationships, reach out to my hosts, reach out to my customers. That's where I'm going to be making money. And that's where my business needs to be spent during the day, not making images. So that's why I often will use the same image for a couple of months. Sometimes I do seasonal, like down in the fall, I'll probably do like a Halloween one for like, well, September, I'll probably do apples. October, like pumpkins, whatever it is, you could do that too, but then use it for all your parties the entire month. And then the next thing we're going to do is for this, I want to download this because I am going to use it for my Facebook party. Now, in this case, I have multiple, so I just am going to use the current page I'm on and download that. So you click on download from the app. Again, this is an app that you could do on your phone or you could do it on the computer. Canva, I feel like makes the nicest images. There are others out there. This is just how I do it. So now I'm going to go to my Facebook group. I'm going to click on create and now I'm ready to get started, but I want to make sure that I'm going to add my banner to my Facebook group. So I'll go up here and click on edit. I'm going to upload my photo and my photo should be saved right here, right where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in and you'll see that it's going to be my mock party setup for my banner. Super simple, super easy. You could drag it down a little bit, whatever you want to do. All right, then we save the changes. Now I'm still not ready to invite my host because one of the things I want to make sure that I'm doing is I want to have a welcome message so that when they join, they know exactly how the party is going to work. This is stored right on my notes in my cell phone. So I just go in and all I do is I edit two things. I edit the name of the party. So welcome to Mock Parties, August Pampered Chef. And then this is that party shopping link. So this is where I would switch it to the party link that I am using. So this is where you would just pull it right from the Pampered Chef website. And I don't even think this is the right link. This other link is for them to view a catalog view. They don't want to shop from that. That's just to flip the pages, like if they had a real catalog in their hands. The shopping link, remember, is that second link on the Pampered Chef website that you're going to pull that's individualized for your host. And then, of course, this just explains a couple other things. And I will give you each this. Again, you could totally tweak this if you want to. It's completely up to you. This is just personally what I use. I go back into my party. And when I do this, I scroll down if I'm on the computer. I go into my group settings and I go to the name and description because I want to edit this and I'm going to put that whole message in the description. So that way, if they click on the description of the party, they're going to be able to access the link and all the information about the party to start, or I could copy and paste it and tell them about it. All right. Then I'm going to go back to the party. And you'll see it did not store there. So what I do is I go ahead and post it again as a post, okay? And I hit post. And then this will come up. But what I want to do is I want to make it sure it's going to stand out because there's a shopping link. But this is also where I ask, like I always tell my hosts, I want them to post their shopping link on a daily basis. People will see the post when your host posts because they're their friends versus us. But I also want them to be able, if they go searching on the page and want to be Miss and Mr. Independent, they can do that. And then all I do is I hit the three little buttons and I pin it to the featured. On a cell phone, it scrolls and it's just at the very top of the party. If I refresh the page, you'll see, let me just wait till this refreshes. It will stay more so up at the top, but then you should be able to click it again and hit pin to top. And then that's going to be your first party post that they should see. And then the about section over here is that description that we just put in before too. So I put it in the description and then I make it as a post, pin to featured, and then I refresh and pin it to the top. That way it's easier for people to find. The next thing you're going to want to do is a welcome message. And usually this is where you introduce a picture of yourself, your family, and you introduce yourself. For everybody's parties that I'm helping you do, I will introduce myself as a model, and then I want you to do that as well. Because then that way it sets the tone, because then when we do our roll call, we're going to want people to share about themselves as well. Now, inviting guests. When your host, once you have everything set up, now would be like the time to have your host, you're going to invite your host. If they cannot find the invitation, you could click on the dots and you could share the group and get the link to that to send to them in Messenger. But what I encourage is for them to invite all of their Facebook friends that they have. And I always say it's because we never really know who will order and who won't, and they have to make the decision to join or not join. The other thing is that nobody will ever be offended if they're invited to something, but they will certainly be offended if they're not invited. So that's why it's really important that you have them invite everybody. A tip, though, is tell them to do it slowly. Do not be robotic where it goes invite, 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 because it will freeze them that they are not able to do that at all with that. So that's one of the things that you want to just keep in mind as you're going, is you want to have them invite everybody. You always want to give them about a good day. You really don't want to start any party until they have a minimum of 25 people, because they really won't qualify. If they have less than 25 people, even that sometimes is hit or miss with sales. You really want them to invite well over 100 people. We want to aim to have a really like 75 or more people that join. On average, if 40 people join the party, about 8 to 10 will order, and the party will probably be about $500 in sales. The more people you have, the more chances at more sales. And obviously our goal is to always have the most for our hosts. So that's something that you want to make sure that you're doing. Okay. So this is how you're going to be working to set up your next batch of parties, because you're going to do that and invite me. So it's kind of like I do the first set of parties, you do the next set, and I monitor them. And then we go from there. So if you feel like you need more support, then I stay with you and you set up another batch to follow me. If you think you're good to go, but you still want me to be in your parties, that's fine too. But it just gives us, it's kind of like a I do, you do, kind of thing. So that way you're learning as we go. It's kind of how I teach. So if you have any questions from this video, let me know, because then I'll show you the next step. And the next step is what I do to make my business run effectively when I'm at work, or when I'm with my kids, or when I'm at a party or a wedding, and I can't be on 24/7, because I don't want to be tied to this 24/7. All right. So just so that you realize. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully you watch the video. And if you have any questions, just let me know.